That's fine.
I don't know if I can capture lightning in a bottle twice.
That sucks. No, it's fine. It's good to have things naturally happen.
Like gas.
Hey, Kerry, you're such a good guy. You know what, Kerry?
What up?
You're my manager now.
Hey, man, listen. Don't sweat the small
You're
stuff.
my fucking manager.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Paul Heyman.
That's my Paul Heyman.
That's your Paul Heyman.
So that means I'm Brock.
Hey, man, whatever helps you sleep at night. People have pronouns.
Okay, well, you know what?
We're in a different age.
I really feel that's a good thing. Well, I'm not sure who I am tonight. Sometimes I'm
you are who you want to be.
Sometimes I'm the dreadhead monster.
Why don't you just start saying AKA, BKA?
Oh, there you go.
Well, you're Mr. Celebration.
Yeah, Mr. Celebration. We in here. You already know the vibes.
Yeah, Kerry brought the celebration.
Storyteller, right? He's getting us inebriated.
Listen,
well, you know what, Kerry? I don't want to block you at all. So you know what I'll do?
First of all, I've never seen, as long as we've been recording, I've never seen Eric here on time.
Never.
Ever.
Eric was the first person here.
Shocked the shit out of me when I pulled up and I saw his car. I said, oh shit.
Eric pulled up so fast
over.
he told me the plumber was outside.
Ooh, child.
I was there before the plumber.
Damn.
And the plumber was supposed to be here too.
He started talking like, hey, yeah, I'm here for that. I don't live here, bro.
You didn't hear that earlier. You got the mail out the mailbox and shit, you weirdo.
What happened?
Not important. Moving right along.
We got our producer finally here.
Yeah, man, we got our producer, but I just want to say, man, it's been a while since we recorded, man. It's good to see y'all, man.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, Jeremy over here with his freshly twisted locks. Eric's beard is lush and full. He's
You want to take your hat off?
He has a lot of midnight cocoa bean, and he don't want. Listen, it's not about that. Don't you fucking show out in front of company. That's the problem. You want to show out in front of your friends. I went to school with people like you. It's not okay.
We all went to school together.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
I know and love you. I'll say that on camera.
Listen, I'll never stop loving you.
So
I'll never say that. You're great.
Hey man, I aspire to be like you all.
Well, you guys didn't want to start here, but it's been a floating question. And guess what?
I'm fine with it.
Since we haven't been here in a while, we should address everything.
We're gonna start with Miss Griner.
Now we've been supporting it. And not saying that we're not supporting it now, but I don't like that coach, and she says a lot of fucking stupid things. The first thing let's start about it is she said that it wouldn't be an all-star game if I think Diana Taurasi wasn't playing. So we'll start there. Didn't like that because guess what? Just because somebody doesn't make it doesn't make it a fucking not an all-star game.
You can't knock the talent of
when you got players that's going.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't knock you can't belittle the accomplishments of others just to up somebody else.
Validate what everybody else has done just to prove your point. Or try to prove your point rather is,
You guys ready for our next point?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it going. And pass the bottle, please.
So,
thank you kindly.
What she brought up was if it was LeBron James in Russia, he'll be home.
She's just reaching for attention and name grabbing.
Now I want to point out something before we get to everybody's opinion. Is Britney Griner top 5 or top 10 in the WNBA?
I would say right now with the talent, I would say she's top 10.
Top 10 for sure.
Top 10 for sure. And of course, top 5 is all preference. It's all like,
it's subjective.
Yeah, very subjective.
Okay.
Well, we're agreeing that she's top 10. But if somebody, even if I don't think she's top 5, if somebody says, I wouldn't argue with them either about it. Like, I'm like, okay, that's,
Any woman that I've seen dunking, this is not being racist. She's top 5. I've seen
Sexist.
I'm sorry.
It's so many isms and it's and opias. It's hard to keep up.
It's a lot.
You guys don't have a clue about how deep this stuff goes. And this is a story for something else, but yeah, man, shit's
it's up shit's creek.
It's bigger than Nino Brown, guys.
It's bigger than the car.
This shit is bigger than Nino Brown.
So I'm not the one bringing it in.
Okay. But if I go down, I'm taking a whole bunch of people with me.
That's a tough comment. You don't want to see anybody in this situation. Yeah. That's the first thing first. Let's get that out. We're always praying we hope for a quick resolution. Mm-hmm. But she's right, but she's wrong. That's not the way to get her home.
Her feelings are in the right place, but that's not the way to get it across.
As we said earlier, LeBron wouldn't be in fucking Russia.
not without security
because
and itinerary.
It's so many. There's so many different things that go into this. Because at the end of the day, another argument is, at the end of the day, unless he just wants to go see the Kremlin or go see something about Russia, he doesn't even need to go there. Because the other argument is a lot of women who are in the WNBA, they
don't make a lot.
They low key. They basically have to go to these other countries and keep playing
to make the coin that they make.
Because some of them end up making more money overseas. So now you segue into the whole dialogue about if WNBA players not necessarily paid as much as NBA players, but were just paid more, right? That there wouldn't be a need to go there. But then, okay, now we got to start talking about revenue. I mean, it's going to keep on branching off into something else. You can't just pull $30 million contracts out of thin air. You know what I mean? That's not the way. That's not the way the world works. You know what I mean?
Britney Griner is the fifth or sixth. Griner is the fifth or sixth highest paid WNBA.
And what's her salary? It's probably not even $2 million.
Diana Taurasi makes the most, $228,000.
That's crazy. The number one player.
There are some IT techs in this world making more than these WNBA players.
Well, you know what? They're tied for third because that's Jewel Lloyd and Breanna Stewart.
But here's my thing. Regardless of the pay situation, the comment about LeBron, there may be some truth to it. However, it's just grasping at this point, right?
It doesn't help.
It doesn't help, and it's unfair to name drop. What about the people who...
I don't think it's responsible either to say that.
It isn't. And what about people who may be in a situation who aren't famous and we don't even know about it?
Because is your energy... Because, okay.
Carl Anthony Towns wouldn't be there.
No.
If it was me or you...
No.
Are you saying you can't care more or less about something?
I think that's exactly what I'm saying. America would care less about...
We pick and choose, Yeah. When something directly affects you, you'll respond this way. At the end of the day, I know I've never thought about going to Russia for any damn reason, personally. But, I mean, again, mistakes happen. It's very believable that somebody... Because she's been going to Russia and other countries for years.
Yeah,
it's very believable to forget that something was in your bag. People walk up in courtrooms with guns.
Joel Santana.
A dude at my old job went to court with a loaded gun. He forgot it was in there. It can happen.
We're not a rap podcast, but we know I listen to him.
Right.
He finally told the story. He went to a rap video shoot the night before. Mm-hmm. Took the same bag.
Right.
Pocket rocket, guess what? I want to be protected out here. I forgot to empty my bag. Is it stupid?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's a very human thing to do.
Is it something that happens?
Yeah.
Now, me, personally, because I don't want to do it, so before I get on a plane, guess what? I'm emptying these bitches guess what? I'm finna go wash it.
I mean, I just think, without going too far off topic, I just think that it's like you said, it's not okay to make such a crass and outlandish statement. For just to name drop, because it's like if it were someone else, someone who was of higher stature, no, they wouldn't be there. But what about the people who are over there who are not getting the recognition that she's getting?
She's a top 5 played WNBA player. She's important.
Okay. But once again,
sometimes
because she plays a sport, is her life more valuable than anyone else who would go over there who wasn't an athlete?
You make a valid point.
Speaking of, and I'm dead serious. I'll show you the text. So a friend of mine from my old job just texted us. Somebody at my old job just got caught with their gun on them. We ain't supposed to have guns, on the railroad.
At work?
At work.
What type of life are you living where you work in the railroads and you're toting that heat?
Now,
why you have the toast on, man? What's going on here?
We'll go into that later, but I'm just saying. but just it's kind of crazy and coincidental. I just got this text about this just to show you how easily. Now
mistakes happen, right?
Well, he was probably being stupid because even if I know people who had guns on them, but why did you get caught with it? He probably pulled, because I remember he pulled it out. He didn't pull it on me, but he pulled it, showed me. I'm like,
well, then that's
that's
a
little,
you know what?
you know,
that's a casual.
yeah. I'm just saying it was funny. I'm like, the text literally just came through as we talking about people having guns on them when they was. I'm like,
wait a minute, it was on his. Listen, I don't want to go deep into this.
You know what?
You know what? Let's go back
guys?
to what's important.
We're gonna go back to basketball.
Right, I'm
sorry. What? We're sorry for what's going on with Britney.
Yeah.
No, LeBron wouldn't be there.
Hold on, before we move on though. But did you guys hear what LeBron's statement was towards her?
No.
She may want to reconsider coming back home after all this, like basically saying, and I don't know if this was him or just some made up statement, basically saying where he's like, well, she may want to consider coming back, seeing how the United States never fought for her.
Interesting.
But we'll see.
But just like you said, you know what? Before we leave, I'm not trading her for a fucking arms dealer.
Is that really the conversation?
I mean,
I've read it like maybe several times, and guess what? Basketball player doesn't get bombist or arms dealer, terrorist. You know, it doesn't really go together.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you know, if that's the trade that they're making, I can kind of understand. Like, you know, it's.
Would the world care if if Britney Griner were someone on the men's U.S. curling team?
Right.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You know what, guys? Okay. You're right. NBA draft.
Yeah, man.
I hope she get home though. At the end of the day.
Same.
Praying for her.
Yeah, man. Free Britney.
I'm not sure. It's really not a whole lot that you and I can do. Like we can hashtag. And
we can change the
we
world.
We have no political power to.
You don't know the voice that you have.
I do.
It's a shame.
It's a shame that you feel that way.
Dude, we can't.
Is it because you're light skinned?
We can't even get the potholes filled in Chicago, man. My voice don't mean.
Well, I don't want to go off on a tangent about what's really going on, but I think that the more we hold, you know, the government's feet to the flames, and the more that we, you know, do a little more research, a couple of things can change. But as you were saying about the NBA draft, I'm excited to see a couple of things. Of course, I'm excited to see this Terry come to Chicago. I think he's going to put some pressure on Patrick Williams just to see what he does. You know, I think he'll mesh well with what we have. But I definitely like the cat who went number one. I'm really looking. I want to see what he does.
I like number 2.
Why?
I like Chet.
Chet Holmgren. I've read some stuff, and if he's dropping an N-bomb, saying that these N-words can't guard me and all this, I'm not rocking with this guy.
Can they?
Can they? Wait.
It's a valid question.
I seen him cross steps, so wait a minute.
You know what? He's been on the social media. He's had a couple of internet videos go viral for like 2 years now, 2-3 years.
I mean, but is it valid that these?
Well, listen, whether it's the truth or not, if he says it, it's going to be an issue.
I don't think he said.
And I think it'll be resolved quicker than this.
But see, guess what? If you don't go to summer league and get 6 blocks in your first game, guess what? Everybody, they always bring up fucking old tweets.
You know, I don't know, man. I want to see good basketball, and I want to see the talent pool. I'm anxious to see, you know, what happens.
I like Pablo. I don't like that they shut him down after 2 games.
But that's what's going to happen in the league. They're going to start developing game plans around players. And, you know, either you're going to rise to the top or you're going to fall sink to the bottom.
Did you watch any summer league?
I watched the Bulls against, I think it was Orlando. Simonovic, what's the kid who we've had for like 2 years?
Like,
2 or 3 years?
30 or something like that.
Yeah, won in overtime. I want to say it's like Simonovic.
Marcos Simonovic or something.
Something like that, yeah. I watched that. But, you know, you see a bunch of people who are not going to make the roster. And you see a bunch of people who are fighting for minutes. And it's good, hard basketball. But at the end of the day, you want to see who you want to see play. I hope these guys continue to chase their dream and make it. But I don't pay too much attention to summer league.
For the first 3 picks, I kind of like how they went. I wish they would have went like in a different order. But
who would you have liked to see go where?
It's too much. You know what? Let me rephrase this. I have a guy at work who's a Houston Rockets fan.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Chet go to him because I feel like the Rockets at this point are just drafting.
But the Rockets, who did they get when they got rid of Wall? When they traded Wall?
Nothing. They
just cleared up cap space?
Because the Rockets, they took Jabari Smith, right? Yeah, they took Jabari Smith. Didn't Shed? Which one of them is one that got shut down already? Is it Shed?
No, Pablo. Number one pick.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
but like here,
they said
you understand.
they said they saw enough. They're like, all right, we've seen enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna see that, you know, at the higher level.
Protect your investment. You know what I'm saying?
The dude that they picked after the Dalen Terry pick got a higher grade pick, but after watching him play, it confuses you for the Bulls, but you do understand because he is 6'7". Maybe he should play a little bit more small forward than guard because we kind of clogged up at guard.
We got a lot of guards.
Which
we got like 4 or 5.
Well, here's the thing. That scares me because that tells me if we have all these guards, that tells me that we're not being told the truth about Lonzo.
No.
As far as what his health?
Yeah.
No. Or where he what
about him returning. Because we've been guard heavy for a couple years now.
No, it's out there.
They just said that he's rehabbing slow. He's hopeful.
They don't think he's going to return at the beginning of the season.
But that's the problem. Because our playoff hopes and our you know,
we need everybody.
Yeah, but it's solely based around he and Caruso's defense and seeing if Patrick Williams can guard that 4 slot.
That's what we didn't have in the playoffs.
Are you kidding me?
Without Lonzo playing, you lose playmaking and defense.
Holiday ate us up, man. He was penetrating, getting to the basket, making passes. Fucking Grayson Allen had his way with us. It's disgusting.
I'm always disgusted when I see Grayson Allen play.
Hey, man, I don't care for that kid. So who am I?
Before we get into more facts, we can become opinionated. John Morant's interview. I loved every bit of it.
I didn't see it.
When you talking about he was like he would bust Michael too, or he'd have been a regular star like everybody else.
He would bust Mike.
To my one-on-one.
I like that he's creating a rivalry with the Warriors. We have to stop saying that. Oh, you know, they're winning and he's not winning. And guess what? When Mike wasn't winning, he created a rivalry with the Pistons.
And they was busting his ass.
And guess what? That's what started his career. That's what started his momentum. So why do we always
I would disagree to
outshine?
say that's what started his momentum.
I mean, guess what? You come in at 84, you sit a whole year.
You didn't sit a whole year.
The next year.
He broke his foot the next year.
That's what I'm saying. He comes in.
But he had already turned the franchise around.
He already showed the
guess what?
Celtics what he was.
We could have turned this bitch down because guess what? If they don't draft right, if we don't continue to do the things that you do,
well, the only reason Michael Jordan is here is because Portland wanted a big man.
And thank you for drafting Sam Bowie. And with the third pick, I made the earth sick.
MJ, fadeaway perfect.
It's kind of crazy. You look back at like how one decision can change the whole trajectory of like a fucking league. Who's to say? Does he become who he become somewhere else? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I even think, but you know what? Be honest with you, I think with Clyde Drexler already there, he becomes the same dog that he is, and boy, is that a.
And they move him out. They move Clyde out, or either push him to the 3.
Yeah, that's.
But to piggyback on the jaw topic, I like the fact that he's confident. I hate the fact. I hate the control narrative that we have on athletes and people in general. Oh, well, you can't say you were the best. Or you can't say
why not?
Like why are we putting that on people?
You're supposed to believe you the best.
You beat all the odds and make it to the highest level just to say, oh, well, that guy's better than me.
Sorry, guys.
Steven Jackson. They got rid of Steven Jackson out of San Antonio because he didn't want to concede to Manu Ginobili. Fuck no. If I made it to the highest level, there's nobody better than me. This is what got me as high.
Hold on.
Here we go.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
We've been missing 3 weeks. Sorry, we're better than you. Continue.
Yeah, but like, you know, why is it that we can be good but not too great? And I feel like we as black people, like that's our mentality. We can be good, but we can't be too good. No, if he feels like he can beat him, he can beat him.
You're supposed to think that.
What you supposed to say? No, he the best and can't nobody touch him. No, if I'm lacing him up, I don't care if 100 million people think somebody's better than me. If I'm lacing them up one-on-one,
you gotta believe
I'm
in
the
yourself.
best in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm betting on myself 100 times out of 100.
Why wouldn't you bet on yourself?
Yeah. Now, what I disagree with is how the media
Spends it.
not spends it, but I disapprove of how the media quickly forgets greatness. Is John Morant better than AI? He's the next AI. He's better than Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose changed the franchise around and won. He's the youngest MVP ever. Mm-hmm. Has he done that? Memphis, if I can recall, Memphis made it to the playoffs prior to him getting there. They made it
with Zebo and
the Grindhouse. Tony Allen,
Gasol, Tony Allen.
Conley.
It was respectable.
They had a nice little squad. Yeah. Actually, you still had Kobe and all the motherfuckers.
But I just hate how
the West was so stacked, man.
I just hate how the league, disregards other greatness and numbers like they aren't still there.
Kendrick Perkins.
I like Kendrick Perkins.
Carry the hell on.
I don't. You want to know why?
Why not?
It's not disrespectful to feel like you're better or could compete. This doesn't mean that this is a lack of respect for Michael Jordan.
No.
This doesn't mean that this is a lack of respect for Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, etc. What this means is I'm confident in my ability.
And we always there's always a spin on that. There's always a spin on people being confident within themselves.
That's sports in general.
But they're arrogant. Why the fuck am I arrogant?
But how?
I know how much work I put in.
Kendrick Perkins is who he is.
Here's
right?
another thing, man.
Kendrick Perkins is who he is.
I like Perkins.
But
Let's
you know what we give him credit for?
He has no right to be critiquing.
You know what we give him?
Anybody's game.
You don't have a right to.
You know what we still give him credit for?
What? His OKC days.
If he don't get injured, guess what? Maybe Boston win too. He gets credit for that.
That's a bold statement,
He gets credit for that. So why can't Ja Morant get credit for beating Michael Jordan one-on-one?
I like Perk's mentality. I like what he brings, his Southern swag. I like that, man. But at some point,
it becomes
just like anybody
coonish.
else. It doesn't become coonish. But at some point,
coonish.
No,
how's it coonish?
At some point, you just get tired.
JJ Redick is allowed to speak freely. JJ Redick is allowed to speak up for culture, but Kendrick Perkins' character has become, instead of being outspoken, but belittling of who he's supposed to be.
But see, your
for.
key word was character. At the end of the day, maybe it's not what he's saying; it's how he's saying it. If you don't care for how somebody's saying something,
no, sometimes it's about how people...
that doesn't invalidate what they're saying.
Do I ever tell you how to say it?
What you mean? Like,
we don't make real money here, so sometimes I can't tell you how to say it. I can tell you just to be opinionated.
Right.
But
it's all
if you're
opinions.
being paid, no. If you're being paid by somebody, sometimes you can be told.
So you say, are you insinuating that JJ Redick is like reading a dialogue to push an agenda?
No.
Because he's being compensated.
I think Kendrick Perkins is.
What to be like the like
I don't know, man.
The antagonist.
Oh, well, if that's the case, maybe that's okay. So is that why Stephen A. Smith is the highest paid sports commentator?
But it doesn't always make it fair what comes out his mouth.
But he's always been like that, though.
But that's what
he's been like that before the big money. He's always been like that.
Kendrick Perkins wasn't like that before.
Nah.
According to what?
I'd be remiss to say he's never. I feel like he always was.
I feel like he was always opinionated, but this whole disrespectful tone of everything that is becoming that way. No, at one point you were a young player in this league.
Okay.
So you felt like you was better than somebody. So where does it become disrespectful? Because
you supposed to, you think you
now
got,
you're in front of the camera.
You think you got the best podcast in the world, right?
Of course.
Okay. At the end of the day, you ever looked at like a UFC or boxing fight? They're showing like the little promos and shit that leading up to it.
You see how
Guess what? Guess what? They all saying, I'm the man. I don't care if he 21-0, 21 knockouts. I'm better than him.
Do you know
that is competitive nature?
Do you know what happens when you start like self-doubt?
Kendrick
like
Perkins isn't that
self-doubt?
far removed from the game to feel that way. Just my opinion.
I think we go a little overboard when it comes to GOAT talks and all this other stuff. Like,
it's all barbershop talk.
Like I just don't understand. Like
it don't change it.
Why do we have to define? Like why does there have to be a greatest?
Because we've created this culture to where we have to crown somebody as number one.
Why?
I don't have like the direct answer. If I know what you're saying. I agree. I don't know what is that I don't know what birthed this. You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking.
After we're done,
smoke and mirrors,
guys
man.
a list.
Smoke and mirrors, because if they say Kevin Durant is the greatest basketball player to ever play right now, I guarantee you, LeBron's paycheck won't take a dip. Steph Curry, nobody's paycheck is going to take a dip. Nobody's going to get more money because somebody dubbed them the greatest.
Right.
It's just bullshit antics.
Off subject, and I'm going to show you guys
propaganda. We learned about that a while back, kids. Propaganda. Look it up.
Put a top 30.
Mm-hmm.
But his first two tops are Megastars and Superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I argued him down that there can be more than one megastar in the league.
At one time? Yeah.
At one time.
For sure. Prime example.
But guess what?
Bird and Magic. Two megastars.
But guess what we grew up on? We can't say that personally. Because what you grew up on, what he grew up on, was one megastar. No. There's only one man that showed. There's only one man still selling gym shoes in this era. From that era.
When you say selling at a high volume or
megastar.
For
the 90s,
and I
there was one.
I mean, they have brought
megastar.
They brought out some AIs. The Pippins is kind of still out. The pennies is recently.
Nobody ever got killed over no pennies.
Yes, I have on some J's right now. Yes, okay. I do.
Right. Nobody ever got killed over these other people. So here's what I'm saying.
Earlier?
Nick has some J's
on
too. I know this bottle some.
Okay.
You're just perpetuating the stereotypical cycle, my brother. You got to elevate. Use your mind, brother. Okay, that's what they want you to do. No, man.
And your son is how old?
I don't know shit.
Hey, listen, if I get ready to start my conversation on my topic one more time, it's going to be a misunderstanding. Something's getting unplugged.
Nah, he ain't.
And guess what? You bound him what?
First of all, let's just get this out there. No. This is not like some things that I'm pushing on him. He got all type of shit.
Here's what you don't know.
You know what he wears the most?
Nick makes his own money because he sells crack.
That's
what you don't know.
Full disclosure.
Hey,
you know what he
almost a black belt.
You know what he got the most pairs?
So I wouldn't try.
He mostly has Crocs.
Hey man, the kid knows comfort and he knows swag. Can't fuck with him.
And he knows karate.
Cheers to Nick.
Trial.
He just upgraded to yellow belt.
Fucking trial.
Me and Mama very proud. We proud.
Congratulations, Nick.
He's a yellow belt now in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
you gonna beat the fuck out.
But my original topic, my original statement regarding a megastar was you have to look at what technology was and what the league was at said times. There's always been, the tale of two cities or the tale of two giants. You had Bill and you had Wilt, and you had, you always had other guys. Now some may have had,
teams versus Mike.
Yes and no, because you mentioned it earlier.
You say the boys.
Clyde and Michael. That there was a conversation of who was the bigger star.
They didn't make the
who was the big. What?
They didn't make the Earth Sick. Clyde and Mike, they didn't make the Earth Sick. It was Scotty.
Nobody knew Mike would be what he was.
That's another J line. Who knew MJ would have that?
Okay. Listen. I could go up and down the blueprint, the dynasty, Rock La Familia, whatever.
Who drew up that play?
Okay. But the Black Album, whatever you want to do. But no, man. Like there's always been, there's always been two stars pitted against one another.
Not in the 90s. It was Mike versus everybody.
No.
In the 90s.
I don't know. I felt like that's when it came out. Like, no, really they weren't as big as Mike, but like
it was Mike versus.
But Mike,
okay,
Mike
fine.
was
Let's pause on the 90s. Who were the two stars pitted in the 2000s then?
Right now,
LeBron and Kobe.
In the early. No, I said in the early from 2000 to 2005. Let's do
about 5. Well, it was Kobe.
Let's do about in 5-year increments.
If you want to pick winners,
2000, 2005. Who
Timmy
were the two?
and Kobe.
Yeah, Timmy and Kobe.
I don't think they were pitted against each other.
If you want to count winners.
They had to see who was going to be the man of the West.
They was taking their time.
And usually
both of them was eating though.
No, usually that's who was going to eat.
Shaq.
They both ate
Shaq was a super. Shaq and Kobe were the megastars in the 2000s. It doesn't matter. No. His original statement was,
that's tough.
Were there two megastars?
Kobe became a megastar.
Kobe and Shaq. Shaq was the man carrying the NBA going into the 2000s. And when Kobe blossomed in like 2000, 2001, whenever they won their first ring, it was Kobe and Shaq. Two super megastars, alpha male megastars on the same team. T-Mac was a megastar. T-Mac was a megastar. He had China. First of all, whenever they go over to China and they blow up, that's where that megastar status comes from.
Know what it is. She like,
he was a big star.
Yeah. Mike had.
No, you wanna know what? Fuck it. It's okay. That cross-eyed motherfucker wasn't a megastar.
What? T-Mac, man. T-Mac was the dude.
Fuck you. The nigga that we call T-Mac is more famous than that motherfucker.
I disagree.
Fuck you.
Listen.
T-Mac, man. T-Mac is cool.
Terrence is my brother, and I love him, and I'll never stop loving him. However, Tracy
had a short motherfucking career.
What?
And T-Mac done won more motherfucking championships than him with the motherfucking 5th and 6th graders.
No. I'd like to say that T-Mac goes down in history books and winning one in San Antonio. I think you should do your research, my man.
And I think you should call T-Mac and see how many games those.
It doesn't matter. My godson's a fucking stud. We're not talking about that. T-Mac was a superstar.
Not a megastar.
He was a megastar.
Wait, I've never heard of the term. He was. I don't think were people using
superstar, not megastar.
Were people using megastars for basketball players? That sounds something for musicians.
No.
Michael Jackson and shit. Megastars.
LeBron. No, and that's
but you gotta.
And guess what?
Think about
you got the others. You got role players.
Smitty.
You got stars.
You need to watch this.
Come on with this
all stars and superstars.
What was that shit used to come on NBA
Smitty
TV?
needs to watch this because when I brought up megastars,
I've never heard the term megastar for basketball players.
The megastars that I mentioned, guess what? That was able to coincide.
You got megastars,
was Michael Jackson
all-stars.
and Prince.
Yeah, those are megastars.
But guess
megastars
what?
sound like something more for entertainment.
No,
like
guess
for
what?
actors and singers and stuff.
Athletes aren't
I think
entertainers?
English would agree with that.
A
Like,
very famous
megastars.
person. No, a megastar.
When we talk about sports, we don't say megastar. We say superstar.
By definition, a megastar is a very famous person, especially in the world of entertainment.
Yes,
LeBron James is a megastar. That's the point that this person is trying to make. To me,
Kevin Durant's not a megastar.
Before you
Steph Curry's not a megastar.
If we're gonna use megastar in basketball, then no, Kevin Durant is not a megastar. He's a superstar.
Stephen Curry is a megastar.
What about Steph Curry?
The megastars, if you want to use megastar in the NBA, it's only gonna be LeBron, Steph. And I honestly can't think of who else.
You want to know who I said?
Megastars.
You want to know who I said?
KD.
By Yao Ming effect.
Who you think?
Luka.
I said KD, not yet.
But if it hasn't happened,
wait a minute. He just brought up a point. He said by Yao Ming effect.
But
he said Luka because it's international, right? T-Mac was a fucking megastar because he was the first.
You shut the fuck up.
No, wait. Let him finish.
You shut the fuck up. He didn't play any fucking games and didn't win any fucking playoff games. You're making me fucking mad.
What are you talking about? We're
Fuck
talking
T-Mac.
about Stardom.
Why you hate T-Mac so
Stardom
much?
had nothing to do
You
with
must don't, you don't understand. Fuck T-Mac.
This motherfucker's having an anime moment.
Welcome to 100 Sports After Dark, ladies
This
and
motherfucker
gentlemen.
is all. Listen,
I'm very upset.
You are
now.
cut off.
This is
You are done.
This is
buddy.
the BET uncut version
You
of
are-
100
you are
Sports.
done.
No, I'm gonna tag you in all the fucking posts.
You are
Fuck,
fucking.
you don't know
done.
how many fucking people said fuck me because I cut fucking T-Mac.
Listen, I don't know.
Oh, I remember that post.
Thank you.
He was getting hate mail.
I don't know what his frustration is.
He was getting hate mail.
I don't know what you have.
People
against-
who didn't even know him
I don't
was
know
like
what you have
talking about
against T-Mac
When
and
somebody
Batman,
said something
but
about
you
your
need to
moms and shit.
Fuck my mom.
Yeah, motherfucker was like, fuck
No.
your mama.
For future references, English told me that's okay. We're gonna read some of those. Like they do on
Yeah.
it's gonna
Like,
be-
what's that show where they read the angry tweets on
I'm gonna let the kids
Jimmy
do it.
Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, the
I'm gonna let
angry
the kids do it. I
tweets.
already talked
Yeah.
to her about it.
Yeah, so English gonna work on that for us. That's funny.
But a lot of people said, so fuck T-Mac. And I'm not talking about the one that we know.
I want to hear what Kerry has to say, please.
Not about no fucking T-Mac.
Please let him. Kerry, what we gonna say?
Give me my
He's the
son
only player that will.
cut back.
T-Mac was the first one that had get that China Stardom. That was a U.S. player, and he had the Canada fan base. So he was an international star. He was a megastar in the league
For what? About what? For 1 or 2
for
seasons?
a couple years, for about 2 or 3 seasons.
They was tough in Houston, man. That Houston team.
Houston,
and
even in Orlando.
They should have went further, but
Even
you know,
in Orlando.
Kobe was just,
Fucking injuries.
yeah,
If you going off
injuries.
your definition of megastars, top 5 megastars, right off the top. Top 5 megastars
You-
of the NBA.
Larry, Magic.
Wait, all time
Michael.
or right now?
All time.
Larry,
all time?
Larry, Magic, Michael,
Yes.
Kobe, LeBron.
LeBron. And right now,
If you wanted to
And right now,
swap,
Steph.
if you
I
wanted
give
to
you
swap
Steph.
Steph is
Bird
definitely
with
a-
Steph Curry, I wouldn't argue with you. 'Cause I don't.
You know
really
what?
fuck
I
with
take
those
it back.
two
I take it back. I wouldn't say Magic and Bird were megastars. However,
Oh no, that's
They
unfair,
no,
dude.
however-
What they did for basketball in the 80s.
Hold on.
I picked at the right time.
they were not megastars. However, they saved the league.
They did.
But that counts.
Why? Because technology isn't what it was?
No.
Shit was on tape delay back then.
They got a video game. Megastar.
MC Hammer
And
had
different
a
aspects.
cereal and a fucking cartoon.
And guess
What
what?
the fuck are you talking about?
And fuck T-Mac.
Listen.
Hey,
I don't
don't
know
mention
what-
T-Mac
I don't-
anymore. I'm tired of this
What's
aggression.
going on here
This
or
is-
why this show took a turn?
If you gonna diss MC Hammer, because I watched that fucking cartoon.
Listen,
What cards? Wait,
he had a cartoon with the shoes they were talking
It's in the
with.
fucking mix.
Yeah,
What is you
in the
talking about?
mix, boy. What was you? Your child was weak as fuck.
A very famous person,
I'm
especially
not
in the
gonna
world
argue
of
about that,
entertainment.
but I don't
MC
remember.
Hammer was a fucking megastar.
Yes, he was. I mean, MC Hammer was like the biggest rap star. One of the biggest rap stars in the 90s.
He wasn't-
easily.
I remember MC Hammer, super random, man. This motherfucker had a Taco Bell commercial when he jumped off the thing and his parachute pants came down. Man, MC Hammer was getting money, but my point is, man, just
So-
because a motherfucker got a cartoon, a cereal, a video game, don't mean that. Yeah, well, yeah,
It does.
Maybe.
Okay,
fucking does.
once again, up until
Steph Curry got a water deal. You know what I mean? Like, this motherfucker got a water deal. Motherfucker's been drinking water since forever.
he changed water.
This motherfucker changed hydration.
Ain't nobody-
Motherfucker stop drinking. Motherfucker stop drinking liquor.
And started drinking water.
What did I tell you?
Steph
What
Curry.
did I tell you before you got here? I wanted to fucking drink water.
He has been drinking water, y'all.
Listen, look.
Wade has been
I don't
drinking.
give a fuck what he tells
He's
you.
been hydrated.
If you get to the
see his
kitchen,
healthy ass
you
hair.
get to the kitchen
Hey,
and
you
you
know,
see his
no,
bar.
where's my
it's
fucking bottle?
loaded. Don't let him lie to you guys.
What you want?
Am I lying about
No,
the
I
bar,
told you I
Eric?
wanted that fucking bottle.
Eric, am I lying about the
Water.
bar?
The water jug.
All the booze? How much booze is on this bar in the kitchen?
I didn't see it, so I'm gonna believe what you,
You
tell me.
stupid son of a bitch.
Wait, you talking about the thing that I got with the goal is 7 o'clock?
Yeah,
Keep going.
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
gonna get you one.
How
I
much
got you.
alcohol is in the kitchen?
It's a lie.
A fucking lot. Now when we get here, he wants to be all good at 2 shoes.
I just wanted to drink water.
He was so disappointed when Kerry walked in with that bottle. He was like, I'm trying to do good.
Why are we talking about how Kerry walked in with a bottle? It fell off of a truck. And I saw it. Maybe the plumber.
No.
So he
left
had a
that bottle.
Pokemon. Like, and keep calling.
You are Mr. Celebration, so you
Mr.
came in with a
Celebration.
Well,
celebration.
yeah, so what about it? Yeah, so yeah.
Well, you know
So-
what, guys? We're gonna go long tonight. So guess what? Back to fucking
shit.
NBA free
Yeah,
agents.
man, this shit took a turn for the worse. It got dark.
Is Kevin Durant going anywhere, y'all?
They say not.
I don't think so.
You think? Not that they don't want to. They just can't. What they want in return is not realistic.
Before we go there, let's get what probably changed the game. Rudy Gobert. A lot of fucking draft picks.
Yeah.
But you know what?
He and Donovan Mitchell couldn't get along, right?
His defense is a motherfucker, though.
Well, you know what?
He gave you 20
When
rebounds
somebody
a game.
says that you gave him COVID, you know,
he shut down the league. What that motherfucker do? He touched all the mics and shit.
And they got his ass out of there.
Yeah.
So, they got a lot for him.
They got a lot.
I think the draft picks last all the way up into 2027. Okay, 28.
I think like 28, bro. Like,
I could be wrong. They got like 4 players.
He's not that guy.
He changes their team though.
He's not that fucking guy.
I
want to take these guys to the finals. You ain't never been to the finals.
You wouldn't want him on your team?
Fuck no. That's the same mistake Oklahoma made by going with Ibaka over James Harden. They decided to pursue Ibaka, and they let Harden go. Can you imagine what Oklahoma would have did?
Which one of them got a ring? I'm being petty.
Yeah, well, not as a superstar player.
What he was. Look,
not as a star player. He was a fucking role player.
What's wrong with that? Dude, everybody can't be a superstar. Everybody ain't got to be a superstar on the team. Everybody don't got to be a superstar. What's wrong?
What I'm saying, no, and you are correct. Everyone doesn't have to be a superstar. But what I am saying is this. They decided that Serge Ibaka would be more... The fuck is wrong with you? They decided that Serge Ibaka would be more beneficial to the team
I'm not going to check
James Harden. So they shipped James Harden went to Houston, and you know the rest is history. However, if you look at what Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, those 3 being there before the Warriors get to develop, we're talking totally different shit here. Because they are now the big 3, a 3-headed monster, and you can't fucking defend that. Even if you have Russell and KD out there doing that thing, and James still coming off the bench running the second unit. Big men are a dime a dozen, bro. You don't really need a big man these days to give you 30.
No, I mean...
You need a big man to block shots.
Get rebounds.
And get rebounds. That's it. And no disrespect to any big man in the league, but the dynamic of the NBA has changed.
Because everybody got
Steven Adams, Russell Westbrook.
So I got a question for you.
I'm making a fucking point.
Why don't you think
Steven Adams
is going to work?
Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant. Who's fucking with that?
So now I got a question for you. So why don't you think...
Because he can't fucking handle the truth.
So why don't you think Rudy Gobert going to...
His name isn't Gobert. It's Gobert.
Gobert.
He's French. En français. Get the American off your goddamn tongue.
You want to know why that's not fair?
You want
to know why that's not fair? Because guess what? I've never called Cordell Sisson. And that's how I had to learn how to say that.
Sisson.
Because that's his name. But why don't you think that'll work? Because you're...
I'm not saying it won't work. What I'm saying is it's not going to pan out the way that they think. What is their definition of work? He's talking that he's there to take them cats to the finals. Yeah, that's fucking mad. Cat gonna get his big ass out there. And start shooting them long balls and get his ass exposed because he's gonna run out there on a smaller player and they're gonna blow right past his ass and get to the basket.
Now that's what's gonna happen on defense.
Yeah. But he's not that shit that running. No. I can put you out there right now in a 3-point contest and you can shoot those set shots and make them.
We still on? I hope we still on.
That's so unprofessional. You guys are talking to the camera. Which camera am I on? There's so many in here.
Come on,
which camera is my camera?
You got to be on.
Is this my camera?
Oh, well, that's fine.
I think we're still on.
Oh, it's back on.
How much will we miss, probably?
Nothing, because I got double roll.
Oh, 6%.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Which camera is my camera?
You got the 2 shot going?
That's what I said. There's so many.
Got that
porno
Hey, guys.
Hey, you got
I'm professional night. It's okay, guys.
English, you may need to sanitize your hands after touching these cameras.
It's
Married
okay.
couple, they always seem to be happy and smiling.
Keep it going.
You're right.
That's
Wash
right.
your hands.
Reality King.
But don't. Bus. Hey, boy, you a trip, boy. Hey, boy.
At least we know what's his favorite.
Woo,
Nah,
child.
I'm not gonna say what my favorite is, but that's not.
Yeah, that's the show.
We'll talk after.
That's on the
That'll
second
be
segment.
after we cut.
Stay tuned.
Stick to sports. All right. That's
Stay
if you want to have. You don't want to have an adult. And then you say you wanted to have like a
Kyrie Irving.
like an adult.
I don't think he's going anywhere either.
Adult, but just.
To be honest, I just think the demands are too high for these two.
Since you're talking about my night, the whole.
Why the fuck are you drinking? I left my cup upstairs.
Why you ain't seen
Just drink out of the bottle.
It should be where I was sitting.
Be a man.
No, I'm not gonna do that. It's still something.
You don't know where his lips been.
Miss Washington is on her way back down with
No, you know he was on a date earlier, so you know what?
I wasn't on no date, man.
Was that yesterday, man?
Yeah.
I called you.
Cut.
Go to lunch.
Cut.
Just want to get something.
Cut.
to eat.
That is a date.
No.
Cut.
When you're married,
I
that's
don't
a
know
fucking
which
date.
camera is my camera. Cut. Because this motherfucker here is snitching. He's trying to get my man killed.
No, I'm talking about his wife, whatever. What are you talking about? No, with his old lady. I called him.
What can R be saying? Come on, black hand or white hand. That was our producer, folks. Get a good look now at that wrist because she's going to be so big time now when the movie deals come in. I'm sick of it. She big time me in public 2 times. And I'm sick of it. And I want you guys to hear it first. Her knees are fake. She's got the surgery. She's got the Hollywood. And now her knees are
Get
fake.
taller.
Mm-hmm.
Anything left for free agency?
Fake knees. No, man. All I care about is Chicago and who goes number 1 and where. And I'm anxious to see Pablo, and I'm anxious to see what Dale and Terry brings to us.
Well, as you guys can see, we're happy to be together.
We always have fun.
Kerry bought this bottle, so he probably fucked up tonight.
No.
We were going to be a little bit more technical.
Do you guys see how aggressive he gets when the alcohol is in the system?
No, it's just fuck T-Mac. Every
And
day.
we need to, our producers will let us know to see. I think she needs to step in between the 2 guys.
It's not me. Listen.
I
I don't want to go into this.
Next time we're gonna have a script. We're gonna have a thing, and when we're going too long, when you guys get off the rail,
So look,
English gonna have to
You
step
got
in.
the fuck off the
First
rail.
of all,
English
I'm
gonna
the
step
one who
in
kept
and
us
say,
on track,
okay, let's move on to the next subject. All right, we
You know what?
guys.
we are running a professional
Fuck him when we're in
operation
this show.
in here.
we can end
Fuck
this
the bald
show.
eagle.
But if you guys ever pay attention, the hostility definitely comes between these 2 guys.
No.
I don't know. You're my witness. Jeremy's been hostile for the last couple weeks. You were there when he tried to tackle me, correct?
No, he did tackle me.
Listen, don't tell me. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry. He tried to tackle him.
There's a reason
Cut!
I tackled him. But we're
Cut.
not going to talk about
This guy
that.
here.
So,
Fucking rank amateur. I'm out here with a fucking rank amateur.
Hey,
Jeremy's
we
aggressive.
got a lot that's gonna be coming.
I bought HR done.
We got HR.
So any
slash
grievances
producer.
that you guys have,
Shout
guess
out
what?
to English.
I feel safer when the Kai's around. I'm not
We got a future famous actress in our presence.
Listen, man.
Good fucking
Hopefully
night,
she
guys.
don't forget about us when she make it though.
Listen, it's over. First, it's the fake kneecaps. Then she's gonna be like, she's gonna change her name on Facebook. You know when they change their name on Facebook.
I was gonna say officially English.